from the looks of it, TMNT Shellraizer has had its maintenance pushed back even farther. So now we don't really know when the opening date is. It might be sometime in June or July, but we don't even know if it's gonna open yet. So now we have to ask the important question. What's gonna happen to TMNT Shellraizer? What's up guys, Cam here. Before you get to this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Now, we're going to have a serious talk about TMNT Shellraizer, one of the most important coasters in probably the US, because it breaks one of the okayest records. It's one of the steepest coasters in the world, has one of the steepest drops ever actually, and recently it's had its maintenance pushed back to June 30th, it looks like. So its maintenance has went from April 11th to June 30th. Now, this isn't going to be very fun to talk about, but if they keep pushing the maintenance back, what's going to happen? Because it has been, unfortunately, like probably a year it's been SPNL, and it might just be going through a very long refurb to keep it like very good, stable, but we have to ask, what's causing all those problems? Well, some of the reasons that it might be causing problems is the biggest one that I've heard from personally is that the footers in the ground are kind of weird. The way that this coaster was put in was that they put in the footers first and then they poured concrete all over it. So you don't actually see the bottom of these footers. They're actually put into like where the concrete is. And so the roller coaster affects basically the base of this park too. So that is a little bit of a concerning thing, because if something's wrong with this foundation of it, they might have to rip up a lot of concrete, or they're going to have to take out footers, and we don't really know what the foundation of this park looks like. So we're going to have to ask like a really big question right now. Is this really the right place for TMNT Shellraizer? But there also might be some other problems that are affecting it that they just might have a little bit of trouble keeping up with. Like chain lift, I've heard, has some issues, but they probably have gotten that figured out. I hope that they've gotten that figured out, because that would be very bad if they didn't. Yeah, that would not be very good, because the chain lift is honestly the only way that this coaster operates, plus with the launch. But yeah, TMNT Shellraizer is not looking very at its best right now. So we're gonna have to ask a really big question. What could happen to this ride? Now, I bet wants to keep this ride for as long as possible, and I want this ride to stay as long as possible, but could they hypothetically just rip it out? They could. It would be very hard though. The construction to take all of it out, they would probably have to remove like a piece of the roof or the wall from it in order just to take out this big ride, or they're gonna have to use some really weird machinery to take it out, because I don't really know what they have going on with this ride. But personally, I think it would be kind of tough to do it in an operating park too. They'd have to close this park too if they wanted to take it out. But the bright side is that this thing, it's been in indoors this entire time, so it's probably in a pretty solid condition. The only reason that they might have to get rid of this is because of like a support issue that this ground is causing it, like a bad thing. So what they would have to do if another person bought this, is they would have to take it out and then send it out, but they'd also have to buy some new supports for the ride. So at the right price, there would be some parks that I would say like have the land to probably use this ride. So the biggest one that I have to talk about right now is Six Flags Great Adventure. It's right near American Dream, and it's looking for like big record-breaking coaster to add to its park. Now, what could it be? Now, they just removed Green Lantern, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if they just threw that in Green Lantern spot. Now, personally, I do think this is probably a better ride than Green Lantern, but at the same time, it just seems a little bit counterintuitive to take out a green ride and put back in a green ride. But there is also some other possibilities. You can see this sent across the way to like a new park, or possibly somewhere in the UAE. I mean, it's right near the ocean, so they could probably send it off through ships and stuff. But I don't really know what we're gonna see. Personally, if I were to say, I think they're just gonna keep pouring money into this thing, and hopefully they can keep it open for a longer amount of time, and they could keep having it going. Because personally, this also depends on the fate of Nickelodeon Universe, because this park it's constantly empty. Luckily, the American Dream is profiting, so they have enough people coming in and coming out that they can profit every day. But at the same time, I'm not really sure what's going to happen, because if the American Dream just wants more space, this park hasn't really added anything new in quite a long time. They are at full capacity. I mean, there is a little bit of space around it that they could expand, but I'm not sure if they want to take a wall out and add a new attraction, because the walls are like covered in attractions right now. So they would have to make a pretty weird compromise in the middle of a specific wall to get like to a new attraction. We're in a weird situation right now with this park, but personally, I think they'll find a way to keep TMNT Shellraizer up and running, of course. Hopefully again, because maintenance says that it's going to go to June 30th. I hope that this thing reopens, but if not, good luck on finding a new place to stay. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and yes, the Great Adventure Defunct Coasters video is coming soon, hopefully. That's going to be it, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.